Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow. It is Saturday, and I don't normally go and do content on the weekends, but I figure, you know what? I was sitting here just kind of bored thinking to myself, I wonder. And so I started looking at Cardano versus Bitcoin in the charts, and I figured I would share with you my findings and what I've spent years now trying to figure out the potential end price for Cardano in the last couple market cycles, and it seems like no matter what I do, I end up on a very similar price pattern. And it all leads me to wonder if there is an absolute orchestrated effort to move prices in the crypto market a particular way, so that those that have the power to move the market get the absolute biggest bang for their dollar every single cycle. As they pump Bitcoin first, they flow that money out of Bitcoin into the altcoins, back into Bitcoin, dropping the altcoins, cashing out, and ultimately dropping Bitcoin. And away we go, cycle after cycle. It's the same thing. Now, I've been looking at Cardano, and I'll go ahead and share my screen and I'll show you what I've been looking at here. So if we're looking at Cardano right now against Bitcoin on a monthly chart, now these are monthly candles. We can see all the way back here in 2017, moving into the peak of 2018. This is Satoshi value of ADA, okay? And we can see that from the low to the high, we went up 3,000, almost 3,600% against Bitcoin. Okay. And, if we were to look at a Bitcoin chart, you'll see that typically Bitcoin pumps first. Because at the time as well, we had a lot of, on-ramps that were directly into Bitcoin and or Ethereum. Now, this is one of the first market cycles coming up that I feel like we're going to have a lot of fiat on-ramps directly into a multitude of top 20 altcoins. So people aren't going to have to go into Bitcoin first like we have for cycles past. So I'm really interested to see how that dynamic pans out. But from that peak, we got all the way down here to a low. And, or down here, it dropped almost 96%. So, and here's the thing. People see these numbers and they think, oh, wow, Cardano's dropped down. Like if we look at it now, Cardano's dropped 85% against Bitcoin. Holy cow, it's going to tank. It's going down. And it's a bullshit narrative, because what you don't break down, what these same articles, what these same things don't break down, is the rise prior. So if it goes up 3,200% and then drops 96%, well, the difference there is substantial between the previous bottom and the current bottom. And if you look at the bottom of this chart, this is a consistent run to the plus side for Cardano, okay? And it hasn't stopped yet. It hasn't been broken yet. Now, we go back to this market cycle. This market cycle was weird, but the same thing held true. We had the peak and the bottom of that cycle right in line with the growth trend over time. And then we peaked out, but this time we only went up 1,508%. Only 15. It sounds funny, right? 1,508% against Bitcoin. This is the thing. And if you look at other charts, you'll see, well, of course, Bitcoin rose substantially as well. So what we're seeing here is a significant price increase overall, but this is a price increase specifically against Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is then also rising against the dollar, well, there you go. I mean, these are significant returns that seem to play out time and time again. We had that peak in 2021, and now here we are. We've come all the way down, and look where we bottomed. Right here. And right now, we're down at about 86.5%, again, against Bitcoin. Now, what I did was I took a bars pattern here, basically from the 6 week out from, or the 6 months out of the halving, and then I projected that in here. And so I started it basically around here, and then I pulled it down a little bit because this actually was shot up a little bit more. Which, I'm just giving myself something general to look at. I don't see this playing out this way, but it will be something similar. It'll be a different song with a similar melody. Now, this shows us is breaking down beyond this. I still think that is potentially a possibility, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is I think we're going to be sideways against Bitcoin with a steady, slow rise up along this trend here, this long-term trend, multi-year trend. And I think we're going to get a reversal as we get closer to the halving. And then from there, we're going to get some wild volatility before we get a parabolic run up. And, I'm cutting this in half because the trend appears to be, like the first one was almost 3,300%. Then we were up 1,500%. And I cut this almost in half at around 780 to, around 800% growth against Bitcoin. And so when we look at the numbers here, let's just say we peaked out here at just about 800%. That would take us to about 7,313 Satoshis. So that's then you have to calculate. You figure what will Bitcoin be worth around that time? Will it be 150,000, 200,000? But regardless of its growth, ultimately this will say that Cardano's value against Bitcoin around the peak of the next market cycle will be somewhere between 7,500 and potentially 8,000 Satoshis. And if we look back at the first peak in 2017, which, keep in mind, I've said this many, many times over the last year, that this market cycle is looking and shaping up to very closely emulate that of 2017. Not the past cycle, but 2017. And in 2017, Cardano's value against Bitcoin rose up to over 8,903 Satoshi. And I think we're going to see something similar to that. So if we're going to assume that there's a good potentiality of Cardano being worth somewhere around 8,000 Satoshi in the next market cycle, then it's just a matter of, well, how much is Bitcoin worth at that time? But anyway, you slice it, this is basically saying that Cardano should be valued somewhere between the $7 and $8 range. And we could have a blow off top somewhere around 10. And I know that sounds ridiculous to some people. But one of the other things that I want people to keep in mind is that it's not necessarily about trillions and trillions of dollars entering Cardano's market cap, because the only ADA that has to be affected to establish a strong market cap are the coins in circulation today. So, a lot, and then it's the sell pressure against the value of that. So think about it this way. Let's say you have 1 million tokens total, and 900,000 of them are locked away somewhere. But there's a significant amount of demand for those tokens, but you don't want to sell them. And you've got 100,000 of those tokens on the free market being traded. And value continues to rise because demand rises with either its use case, the demand because of what it does, speculative demand, whatever the case may be. Well, that is what's going to dictate the value of everything else, okay? So those 100,000 tokens are what are being traded and either held or bought and sold and creating the market. From there, it's how much do people want to pull out of the coffers to take advantage of the latest price action. So that is what brings the market capitalization down, is the sell pressure. So the higher the price gets, the more sell pressure there's going to be from people that are wanting to cash out at particular price points. And given the fact that the vast majority of people holding Cardano right now are basically at a loss, including myself, where's that pressure going to be, as the price gets back to $1, $3, $4, $6? And so at that point, that is what's ultimately going to dictate the price. It's not a matter of, we need $20 trillion for Cardano to get to $10. No, it just means that the market conditions for the tokens on circulating supply, like the interest in holders, which if you look at the numbers, where are my numbers here? Well, that's my stake pool. delegate to Cronode. It's doing pretty well. I'm actually surprised. I haven't looked at these numbers in quite a while. I'll go ahead and share them with you. But this is my own staking pool, and there's 31.5 million actively staked right now, 35.2 live stake. And yeah, I mean, it's not too shabby. I've got my 100K ADA pledge in there. I've never touched it. And yeah, so anyway, so that wasn't what I was looking to show you, but where is it? This is TVL. Let me see. I don't think that's, wow, that's gone up. All right. So we've spiked up in TVL. We're at 194 million. Bingo, bango. Those are nice numbers. And where is my, no. All right. I'm not sure what happened to it. I was looking for the stake pool numbers and I'm not seeing them. So anyway, the staking pools, it looks like they're like 2,880 staking pools with around 65% of the total Cardano in circulation actually being staked right now. So that number has not fallen that much, which means that no matter what the price was, we didn't get a huge dump. So if 65% in the bottom of a bear market are still being delegated to staking nodes, I mean, there you go. The rest of that is what's making up the open market. So you really only need to affect those tokens and the value of those tokens. And then it's likely going to be, $4 or $5 before there's going to be any real significant sell pressure from anyone. A lot of people are buying Cardano for long-term holds. They're not even looking to sell at the peaks of each market cycle. They're looking to retire on it while they're delegating to nodes this entire time. Some people, especially at the height of the market when the value is the highest, they're just accumulating and adding to their staking nodes so that they have a residual income coming in, right? And if we look at the charts and we see that steady line up, I still think we're going to end up seeing somewhere around an $8 ADA by the peak of this next cycle. We might get a blow off wick and touch $10 just to say we did it. But ultimately, that's where I think we're going. And that's really all there is to it. I have worked this up so many different ways over the years, calculating different numbers in comparison to the market cycles, the price history of Cardano, the price history of Bitcoin, you name it, and I keep ending up. First yawn of the day. I keep ending up at the same place, and it's really weird, actually, how that works, but that's what it is. So 13-minute video, that's not too shabby. Enough time for everybody to watch, get a little fun spark for their day and the rest of their weekend. Till next time, guys, grow your coins, and I'll see you again soon.